Hi guys. Hello guys. So I'm just going to wait for the other ladies to hop on and let me know how you guys have been, where you're from. So it's going to be four of us today. It's going to be me, it's going to be Natalie, it's going to be Michaela, and it's going to be Josie. So let me just let the ladies in. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
We can't see.
Oh. Okay.
We looking at a beautiful brick wall.
Oh, what? Oh my God! You can tell I don't do lives very often. Hi.
Okay, there you are. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm just going to wait for the other ladies to join so I can let them in as well. And then we can start. Hi, guys. Hello. Let me know how you guys have been, where you're from. Hello from Florida, Ireland. Hello, welcome from Pittsburgh, Canada. Thank you for being here. Hi, guys. Hi, Kieran. Thank you for being here. Hello from Tunisia, North Africa, Southern California. Hello from Napa. Emotional and anxious. Okay, we are this is like completely by random chance that we're doing the live on the full moon, but here you go, guys, like divinely aligned. Hello from Mexico, New York, Egypt, UK. Hello from India, Puerto Rico. Hello from Texas, India. Wonderful, guys. Okay, I think Michaela's internet is struggling a little bit. Hello from Arizona, Ibiza. You're welcome. Hello from Texas, Morocco. Hello from Slovenia, Illinois. Hello from Ireland. Let me re-let her in. I think she was thrown out of the live. Okay, this should work now. Sorry guys, bear with us a little bit. It is just like this when there's technology involved. Hello from Portugal. Hello from South Africa. I'm also in South Africa. Hello from Latvia, Virginia, Singapore. Hello from Norway, Albania. Okay, it's not letting me let Michaela in for some reason. I don't know why. Natalie's joined. Let me see. Okay, there. Now she should be coming in. Okay, hello from Ontario. Okay, it says Michaela's unable to join. Okay, I'm going to let Josie in. Hi.
Hello. Well, hi. Sorry, that was so bizarre. It like kicked me out, but it still showed I was in.
It was saying to me that you couldn't join for some reason, but I'm okay. Now just Natalie. Hi, Natalie. I think she must just send me the request, and then I'll let her in too. Hi, Josie.
Hola.
So I was asking the guys where they're from and how they've been. So we've got people from all over the world connecting today, which is really lovely. Someone was already asking what the Priestess Portal Empowerment is, and we can't wait to speak all about it. Yeah. This is what we're here for.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I just want to wait till Natalie sends me the request because I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me let her in quickly. Okay, hi.
Hello.
Hey. Hey. Okay, wonderful, guys. We all here. This is the first time even for me doing a live with 4 people.
Yes.
On such like a tiny screen. We usually have space on Zoom, but now we like formatted in here. So I think I'll just give a little bit of an introduction for the people. So hi guys, thank you everyone who's here. Thank you for being here. Happy full moon blessings. So in divine alignment at this life platform, it just happens to fall on a Pisces full moon and super blue moon as well. So basically, so us four and three other beautiful energy workers, we're going to be doing this event, and those of you who follow me have already seen on my page. It's called the Priestess Portal Empowerment. It's going to be 3 days basically of non-stop healing. Each day is about 4 to 5 hours. We all have our own slot and we all do work together as well, and it's basically going to be working on healing the divine feminine wound in all its different aspects. So even if you are masculines and you are struggling with your feminine wound, you are welcome to come and join as well. We're going to be doing trauma release, spinal energetics. There's going to be talking about like how to you know, get yourself together after abusive relationships. There's going to be light language system clearings. There's going to be a lot of information, and we all will have some questions as well. This is a very safe container that we have created and that we are creating for you guys to come through, and it's going to be 3 days. So it's going to be Friday the 8th, Saturday the 9th, and Sunday the 10th. And each day we start, I think it's around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think, correct me guys if I'm wrong. I think it's 9 a.m. Pacific that we start, more or less. So that's 12 o'clock for your Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. for your European Standard Time, 5 p.m. for your UK timing, and 9:30 p.m. for your India Standard Time. And for the Australians, it's probably going to be a lot later. I can't just get that one back off the top of my head. But yeah, so we started speaking about that. We're going to be doing some light language and some channeling as well today. We'll see what comes through. We never really planned these lives. So yeah, I'm going to pass it. I don't know if whoever wants to say something and add to all this so that we can just expand.
Sounds good.
Yeah, perfect.
So we want to. So how do we want to start? Do we want to do like?
Did you add anything with regards to the workshops and what we're doing? Do you want to maybe say what you guys are going to do in your workshops? I think people to know. And guys, please, if you have questions, write them in the comments. I am on and off looking. So if you have questions regarding the Priestess Portal Empowerment event, please, and we'll be happy to answer them.
Well, I guess I'll start. I'm Mina, the Andromedan. I'm going to be doing a lot of emotional release through the throat chakra. So we're going to do some like primal chanting, some like guttural like release, and really what we're focusing on is connecting the womb, the sacral, the root, all the way up through the throat, and releasing any stored emotions that may be from traumas or from anything that you're keeping and not releasing. If you don't release those things, they do build up and they can actually store in your tissue, your muscles. They can cause physical ailments, not to mention the emotional and mental ones, you know. So all of that needs to be released. So we'll be doing that. I'll be focusing with some light language too as well and doing some clearing for that. So that's my piece.
Okay, wonderful. And when are you doing? What day are you doing that?
You would ask me.
Okay.
Saturday. I just the time is
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And I can go next. My session, workshop session, is right after Mina's. So I'll be doing the empowerment piece around stepping into your power. A lot of individuals, especially right now, are asking, like, how do I get to that place where I disconnect from what people think about me? Like, I'm really concerned. I can't get into my space. I can't get into my groove. I just want to get to a place where I can just be me and not worry about individuals judging or talking or whatever the case may be. So it's that old narrative, the old belief system, the stuff that is stored in our nervous system that we've been like taken in from either past life, generation lineage, our own life living through, you know, 0 to however old we are now, that is in our systems. So if we can disconnect some of those things and install new beliefs we start to disconnect and pull back our power to us and stand in it versus, well, what are they going to say? What are they going to think? You know, I want to put a course out, or I want to change my job, or whatever the wish is that you want, it's go for it. And then don't worry about the narrative that other people, you know, take on. You don't take on that narrative that belongs to other people. And so that's the empowerment, stepping into the power of, I'm freaking great. Whatever you think, this is whatever you think, but I know I'm freaking great. And when you watch your toddlers, sorry, I'm going on a rant, but when you watch the toddlers, when they're growing up, they put their clothes on backwards, they have seasonal mismatch stuff going on, polka dots, whatever, hair crazy, and they're walking around like, don't you know I'm badass? Like, they just know they are freaking amazing. And somewhere along the line, we lose that. And so, or lose a somewhat of a sense of that, whatever the pendulum, like it's a spectrum, right? So wherever you are on that spectrum, go get it, go and kick it up a few notches. And so that's what the empowerment event is about. And we all have our own individual strategies that have been handed to us, or that we're really gifted in, and we're all magical healers. And so we are just bringing that forward to be able to say, let's kick it up a notch. Let's let you stand in that I'm a toddler and I'm totally just going to kick it today. And I don't care what you look at me like or what you think of me like it just is going to happen. And so my techniques that I use, I trained as a trauma therapist. So it's to look for those things that are in our nervous system, the triggers. What triggers you to think, oh my gosh, looking at me? Where does that come from? And so picking that apart. So that's a trauma therapist side. But the part where I awoke and started really getting into what's in the nervous system, like the emotion code and pulling out the emotions. And then the light language comes in right after I identify what the emotions are. Then I start looking into like, how do we pull that through with different hand signals and scanning through body and finding where it lands in your system. And then comes the installation. It will send a frequency through your system to be able to set it to a place where it's the frequency that you can embody to be able to kick that up a few notches.
Hi everyone, I'm Josie and I am a womb healer and red tent facilitator. So my passion is focusing on helping women heal their relationship to, first and foremost, their menstrual cycle, and secondly, the sacral chakra in general. So it's crazy when you just think about how many women just wake up and have this disregard and this almost hate energy directed towards their period, and it makes me so sad because it's really just this internalized shame from the societal construct that has put us in this place. So for me, it's all about focusing on releasing shame and reconnecting back to our organic template and the power that comes from that when we're activated and connected to our womb space as women. We're also going to be weaving in some maternal generational healing, because we can actually heal our relationship to our entire maternal line through that access, that quantum access through the womb and the sacral chakra. And then also looking at healing our relationship with sexual shame, self-expression, creative expression, and how these are all interwoven. And then also, like Mina mentioned, connecting that back up to the throat and the vocal expression of self. So it's really this multidimensional, interwoven, juicy healing aspect of the sacral chakra, and connecting us back to that like feminine root source that really stems from the womb as the feminine powerhouse for the body. And if you're a man, then you can also connect back to your energetic womb, and that's also something that you may want to discover, and it's something you've never touched on before. So that's also really beautiful, connecting back to that power source, the hara.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing, I'll be doing a few different things, but I'll mainly be speaking about rebuilding yourself up if you've come out of like an abusive relationship, narcissistic relationship, toxic codependency, addictive patterns, how to release attachment, and how to really build onto that self-love and self-trust within the self. Obviously, the sacral is the seat of your power. It does hold the balance between the divine masculine and feminine sides. So I will be doing some system clearing with regards to that as well. So this is kind of like the main guidelines of what I'm going to speak about. I haven't channeled what I'm going to speak about because I generally only get told like maybe sometimes even a few hours before I go on. So this is just a general guideline. But what I wanted to quickly mention that came up right now is, I don't know if you ladies have been seeing this as well in your sessions. In the last week or two, there's been a lot of clearing of the witch wound that's been coming up for a lot of women and men as well. Like a lot of actual clearing from medieval times, being burned at the stake. I'm seeing it, like it's always a lot, like it always happens, but in the past 2 weeks I've been seeing it a lot more with clients. And obviously this does date back also to the mother wound and the lineage of the woman, but specifically people clearing their medieval timelines around witches. I don't know if you guys want to add something or if you've seen that in your own clients recently as well or not.
Absolutely. I've seen that. It's been an ongoing thing where it almost seems on a light body space that an inner container is leaking, and that leak creates this opening, and I've been clearing and closing and sealing that stuff back, but it is from that timeline that I've been able to go in and have a look and see that that's there.
Yeah, that's been getting brought up, people asking about past lives that they've had, during that time, in different times, Avalon and everything else. And so, yeah, I am hearing it brought up quite a bit. It's not really so much what I deal with, but definitely it's been calling. I mean, all of that generational ancestral stuff is coming up, not just the witch stuff, but I'm seeing all of it come up. And, even from more recent times, maybe like also the Holocaust stuff is getting brought up, ancient monarch trauma, like all of that stuff is getting brought up. So,
Yeah, I think it's so interesting. I think it's also really pushing us more and more to embrace our natural intuitive gifts and really like stand strong in what we know is our gifts and really be empowered in that connection. And I think that can be from, healing the witch wound from a cosmic perspective, but also from an earthly based perspective. And I think there's such a big revival in like herbalism and like people becoming more connected to the land and like wanting to grow food, wanting to, work with more natural based medicines, even on a mainstream level. And I think this is also very interconnected to healing the witch wound and healing like our sovereignty in realizing that we actually have the power to be our own best healers and taking that power back through healing our relationship to the body and the earth and just the empowerment that we can take charge of our health and we don't need to place that sovereignty outside of ourselves anymore and get that validation from others because we ultimately are our own best healers and know what's going on with us, with our body, our system, our mind, if we're patient enough to just slow down and tune in and have that time for ourselves. I think that's something that's probably going to come up a lot over the empowerment program, is that like the feminine for me really is about like having that slow down ability to like rest in what is and like anchor into what is present through slowing down, through connecting to the senses, through just having the time to create that self check-in. And I think it's going to be a contrast with so many people who are just living on this hustle, go, like wake up, coffee, meetings, this, that, the other, whereas like we're through, I think this feminine awakening is like empowering people to schedule self-care into their planners, schedule self-care into their days, and like make it like a mandatory part of their lives. Something that I'm also going to speak big on, that I'm very passionate about, is cyclical living and how we as women can live more in tune with our cycles from a physical lifestyle point of view, like exercise, how we eat, how we sleep, and just like the expectations that we have of our own energy, because there's no point in expecting yourself to be hyper productive like a few days before you're menstruating. That's just like an unrealistic expectation. It's really about like how can we plan our lifestyles around our menstrual cycle and also take back our power in that way, and not place so much burden on ourselves as women for not being perfect or not being, you know, up to the energetic standards that a man's body can handle. So it's
and also allowing for men to understand that they also have to give us that space. Because, you know, that's a big thing, is that men don't understand what women go through because there's so much mystery and shrouding around the menstrual cycle. And so I always love watching those videos where they like put the, you know, the pack around their stomach to get them to feel what women feel. And they're like, how do you guys function? And like, yeah, we're expected to be moms, we're expected to work, we're expected to clean, we're expected to do all these things and deal with all of that and not complain about it. And because if you complain about it, well, you're a bitch. If you complain about it, you're this. So taking back our sovereignty, but also letting them hold space for us too, because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
A general access, someone wrote something, now I can't remember who it was, they wrote something with the word fluid, and that really came through because it's accessing more of this fluid state, of this fluidity and this juice and this fluidity that we have as women, you know, and with the masculines, like with the men, their feminine side as well. So this being able to flow with the cycle, with the moon, with the sun, with the day, with the hours, with whatever it is that we want to flow with, because we can really flow with anything. I mean, let's like, we create life, so literally, like, it doesn't get, you know, more sacred and complex and connected to source and light than that aspect. So kind of like this fluid state that we are going back to, remembering how to access, and through, you know, as Josie was saying, like the herbalism, the nature, Mother Gaia, connecting. And what's also been coming through with this healing of the witch wound, it has been a big soul fragment retrieval on a collective level, on a earthly level. I mean, I know for me, in my own personal experience, I've been doing that with, like, I had hectic, intense work done on my system in the last like 4 or 5 days around this area as well, to prepare me actually for the Priestess Portal event. Like, they literally were like, we need to do this, that, and that, and that, so that the system is kind of prepared and upgraded and updated for whatever it is that's going to come through. So I'm seeing this a lot, as I said, like on an earthly level, but also on an individual level, and through this soul fragment retrieval. You know, we then access parts of ourselves, we remember parts of ourselves, and it's really about unlearning and relearning. So it's about unlearning, you know, the conditioning, and relearning your true self, your true nature, your true truth, we can say, you know, because our own individual truth, my truth is different from someone else's truth, who is different from someone else's truth, but we do have, you know, our universal cosmic laws, and we do have kind of like the understanding and the baseline vibrational frequency of what's going on a collective level, and I think the bar is rising very, very, very quickly. And I think, you know, people like us and everyone who's doing this kind of work out there, it's really making such a huge difference and change. And thank you even for everyone who is just on here, you know, and took the time and wants to be present, because it's really is the unity group work. And this is what we want to do with this Priestess Portal Empowerment. We want to create kind of like more unity, more connectedness, a safe container and space where you guys can also come and express. And then if we're going to be doing more of them, we can even get input, like, what does the collective need more? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, if anyone wants to add something to that as well.
I did see some questions down there that I just wanted to touch on about even bigger disconnection coming in divinely between spiritual men and women in a relationship. And I just want to say, like, the whole reason why we started this was that before any of that, before a union can take place, like, the divine feminine has to be healed, because the divine masculine will never be, can never step into its power until the divine feminine steps into hers. And so that's kind of the thing, is that, when you're constantly coming from a place of trauma or reaction or triggering, you're not going to hold space for another person because you're in a wounded state. So you've got to kind of heal those wounds. And as a collective, we've got things coming up. And as Starseeds, our job is to heal for the collective. So we heal through the collective by healing whatever pops up through ourselves, because that's a ripple, and that's how generational stuff works too. So as we continue to do that, so these things coming up, if they seem like they're unrelated to you personally, it's because you're healing it for the collective. So it's coming up because it's something that needs to come up. So if we focus on the divine feminine first, then the divine masculine will be able to step up, and then and only then can divine partnerships really, really take root and hold and be successful. So at least in my opinion.
Yeah, the feminine is that catalyst of creation, like that physical birthing, but also that metaphorical spiritual birthing. And like you said, Mina, I already see that power coming into women's leadership and women stepping up and embracing their gifts. And it's like the masculine is like they're trained for that structured, like, routine discipline. But I think the beauty of the feminine is to be able to take information and then extract what is necessary and like leave what isn't, because she's so tuned into the subtle realms that she can really see what's going on behind the scenes, below the surface, reading between the lines and really picking up like what is good for the community versus what isn't, and have that collaborative approach. And she can bring in that new creative spark of new ways of being, new ways of living, and like just newness that really we need in our society, because our current state of being is, it's not working, it's crumbling, it's disintegrating at the foundations. And I think that's what this feminine healing revival is like. We need the new innovation, not an innovation that is coming from the mental plane, because that has only got us so far in academia and, you know, the mental structures of the world. But we need this newness of information and innovation that's coming from the heart, that's coming from the womb, that's coming from deep within the body, because it's actually this ancestral wisdom that we are reawakening through that DNA activation. And that's why the light language is so fucking powerful and as a tool, you know, alongside.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My language is triggering, so keep going.
Do some codes if you guys want, and see how that goes. So for those of you who are watching, you can just close your eyes and anchor into the body.
Koya, katea, kia tokoya, kite koya, kite kia, kutukotoya, kitakai, ko, kia tai, kumoya kai, kia kai, kutukotai, moya kai, te kai, kuko, kuamaya kai, kitkai, kuko, shuai mai, shikai, tokoya kai, smoya kai, soya tokoya te kai, kitukoya mai, kai, shikite, shum, poya kai, shh.
Unai tai sunu tu mai kai na tai sunai tai nu mai kai ukusai ka kisai nu kusai ka na kai tu mai ti sunati maka kuna inu mati ta tu mai ani sinoi ka sana ino itu sa kai na sunai ina tusu unu kusai na ti mai na atasuna tu mai tina tu mai ta kusai na tatas utu masana tu sana.
Koyakate, Kyukutake, Tukokokate. Shurai, Kate, Kutikakai, Moik, Tikatkai, Moyakade, Kutikoi, Moyakai, Zia Tia, Toya Kotokodaya, Kitake, Moyakadaya, Kutakoya, Kamai, Kiate, Koyakai, Soya Poyakadaya, Yakai. Shh.
sar estoria sata niara sata rosotora sata niresata rashato accrezio niara sata.
Una rasia sut korra trakar arut kor una yara yeshit korra tieta kra kraina yatre korra si et korrat araise te una rat rasit arrankin rasia rat korra isira takra.
Koia kai ate, koia kanaya kai, yekuto koia kadea naya kai, yokoi kikidea naya kai, hito koia kai, yete kokoia ait. So yo koia kai, kikidea, yekutokodia, kikideki, kokoia, kiki, Zoya kai ate, shukoit, moya kai, neyo to koia te, shayata, kumoitai, kunoyo, oya, wadekadai, wheat, shuk. Zoya mai, shh.
Kusai sai suana sai ana kusai na sai no usukusai hasa
Koia kai.
iswasana inasakasana asa usai kasai na usangasa isai no kusa inar asa unasinasa ikasana itu matasa sana
Reshutu ahrashatani onya krasata nyarasator oshtu nyarasator otar inyarasator orasatar shatanyarasator.
To quiet. Koia manaya kai. To koia kadaya to kumoya kai. So yo toya kokaki ya to kumoya kai. Hiki to koia kadaya kai. To kumoya kai. So ya kai te kumoya kai. Kita kai te kukoya te. Shumoya kai. Sikite ya kai kate to kokia kai. Sayana ya te to pukwai hai te moya kai. Taya kai te ya kai ya kokia te moya kai. Tiki to kumoya kai. Zaya te soya kai moya kai. Shh. Quiet.
Ishana takarro to korot reat kuran reat yeshket moroate naya treash kuroat reasiet kapuruan riat mereati erosieta kia takra raina rete kura sia kiet kumrati kumrak kuna rasiera tre atreo kuratiera taya te sheku reasiet narat kurata rea tres Maraya ishera tiet corona rai naraya reasiet shitkat kumriet kumrati kurati karrasiet kunra aya trea terapia kurroai tarishe hurisha karrayana te siet kumrastera
unai tumatisana atina tutumaita kisana atusina timaitasna inuatasana inuakasina nunyanina tasana ipitara tisana utumata kisana alamana asana atimatusana ata kina ina kisana ama timatumaiti kuna kisama anyati una atimati utaimati mati ukaina ikunata rapsina tatamata
Okay. Kyoto koya kai. Chikatakaya. Kutukutu koya takatakaya. Tukutoya katakatakaya. Tukukoya katakatakaya. Kutukutukadai. Katakatakaya. Kuku katakatakaya. Kuku katakatakaya. Sotodoya tatadaya. Tukutukutukaya. Koya katakatakaya. Tukutoya katakatakaya. Shoya kai. Soyo noya katakaya. Tukoya katakatakaya. Moya kai. Tikatakaya. Ku katakatakaya. Ku kukutai. Soya kai. Shukoi kaya. Naya kaya. Tikatakai. Ku kukukai. Katakatakaya. Zoya koya kanai, shkoya kai tike tokoya kadai, Zoya koya kamaya kadai, kitikagai, soya kai, hoya kai.
Rasatani resator ashatoni kresar. Erresiatani rasator. Ni rasatar. Rasator nasatar. Ni cresiator ashatani ashoto. Ni rasatar ashato kriasato.
Doya kate. Doya kai.
Kush, 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 narrakur, kur, kur.
Doya kai. Hyokobai, hikobai, hyokobai, hyokotai, hyokomai, hoyakate, hoyamanai, hoyakatai. Hoyakai, tokadaya, kaya, kieto komoyakai, shkaya, poyakaya, kieto koyakapaya, kaya, tokomoyakai, shikai, shikai, hoyakai, toya, toya, poya, tikadai, shikoyakai, moyakai, hayakaya, kai, tokoyakate, kikia, kikia, tokoya, moikt, joyakatai, moyakait, kikoyakai, hikoya, shikai, hikai, hikai, shukomai, shik, shukobai, shikai, night, koya, moyak, tight. Koyak, poyak, tigai, noit, shh, koyak.
Okay.
Now my face is leaked.
Yeah.
I'm like crying.
Oh, back on Earth.
I love how we all land at the same time. We're all like, and we're done.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very, very symbiotic, beautiful transmission, I think, from all of us. Yeah. So, okay. So for me, I had a lot of balancing codes come in within the masculine and feminine sides. I had solar plexus work, emotional release come through as well, but also memory activation, stepping into your power, remembering your truth, remembering who you are. A lot of that. And then wisdom, codes of knowledge, codes of understanding, again, with the memory activation. And codes also intersecting with perception switch. That came through quite a lot, and then a little bit of peripheral clearing here and there, a little bit of banishing, just, you know, your average and your standard kind of like ins and outs sort of thing. So that's a little bit what I did. I don't know if you guys want to share a little bit what you did as well.
So I actually got some Hydra, which embodied the divine masculine, the divine feminine that came through, as well as, you know, their ability to speak divine knowledge, wisdom, and truth, you know, coming through and really kind of setting that balancing, like you said, and realizing that, you know, we're supposed to embody the light and the dark, and that is the balance, right? That is the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and that balance between the two is what gives you that kind of 0-point field of harmony, and not only in the body, but your auric field, as well as your mental space. So I got a lot of that coming through, which I thought was really interesting. And of course, I got the original, like always, like that clearing a bit of the generational trauma and kind of bringing that stuff to the surface. But a lot of it was that balancing and realignment, for sure.
I had, I don't know, we were in the midst of discussion, and my language, I could feel it was starting to build and it was going to start coming out. So it was perfectly timed when, Altia, you were like, okay, let's start our codes, because mine was about to start. And so I could feel the pressure. I had been kind of holding it back, and I could feel like all this heart chakra pressure just wanting to like come forward. And my heart was beating super fast. And then, yeah, I just ended up with a globe of energy to distribute. And when I could see is everybody was coding it with their wisdom or with balancing bits and pieces here and there and adding things that were necessary and needed. And then after partway through, I started getting this like, it was completed, and I was speaking to the globe of energy, and I was saying like, now stand up and do what you're supposed to do, and you know what you're supposed, like motherly talk to a child would, as it would be. But yeah, it was very authoritative, like my light language, and encouraging while supporting them to embody this new piece. I saw and felt a lot of heart-centered energy, a lot of pressure. I saw in the comments people were talking about their back, pressure in their back. I felt we were having an activation as well between the four of us to align us to be able to do, like you said, Altia, the upcoming event, because we all need to sync up and like connect and do what we need to do. But I felt that activation start happening, coming right through my root and like tingling all the way up, and it gets intense, right? So you'll see me like twitching and trying to like cope through the pressure of all of that stuff too as it as it comes through. But yeah, there was a lot, and it felt quite intense. So it was beautiful. I've loved being part of these. It's so magical.
Yeah. It was a lot around like actually opening the roots and like accessing that channel between the root and sacral, and really focusing around the yoni and like enlivening the yoni with life force and energy, and yeah, just opening that root yoni sacral womb connection for sure.
Yeah. When you said the back, I actually had to shift and move in my chair towards the end because there was work that was getting done on my back. And still now I can feel it. Like I can still feel it. That is middle, center, and kind of like through that. So it's interesting that you said that because I physically felt it as well.
That's why I got up. I got up and actually walked around because that sacral. Those muscles are tied to your lower back, but really what it is it's the sacral. And it goes all the way down into your bottom. But I mean, those muscles in that sciatic area are really where women store a lot of emotional trauma. In fact, myofascia therapists will tell you that that's often why women store all their junk in their trunk, because that's where we store our emotional problems. So.
Yeah, that nervous system, a lot of the root ends are down there, right? So a lot of that stuff that's stored ends up in our system, but spread throughout that bottom area. So it can, once we start releasing, you start feeling it all the way up your spine as it like just like almost like popcorn starts firing off.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so guys, if you want to get for the Portal Empowerment event, we all have the links in our bios. I think most of us. Yeah.
Do we want to send the link for the website? Josie, do you want to pin it so people can see it?
Yeah. Yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll share it in the description of the video. Obviously, I'm going to post this as soon as we finish it. Tickets are $111. It gives you access to all the workshops, all 3 days, gives you access to everything. And if you do get a ticket, you'll have access to the recording after as well. So in case you miss a day, you'll still be able to see it and participate at your own time. So yeah, I think there's another live that's happening next week, I think, with you guys. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else that we want to add?
And we just want to mention that if there are men that do want to attend this, you're welcome to attend this, especially if you want to heal your core feminine, if you have any feminine traumas, even things surrounding your mom or anything like that. This would be a good place to come to. We welcome. This is not, we're not going to turn you away.
Yeah.
So this is all about the feminine, and we're supposed to have both. We're all supposed to have both. So.
Yeah, and can we just emphasize like how crazy good value for money this experience is? And we just emphasize that because the access that you guys are going to be having to 7 healers over 3 days, over 10 sessions, it's just like, it's mind-blowing for only like what we're trying to keep it as accessible as possible, because we all know how needed this work is on the planet right now. And it's just like, it's mind-blowing like that we're able to offer it for this low of a cost. So yeah, for anyone watching, like, it's really, you're going to miss out if you're not a part of
and
this,
if you can't make all days, like, don't worry, we're going to have a recording. We're going to make it available. And let's say if you can't make any of the days, we will be offering it for the same price for you to purchase the recording so that you can still catch it afterwards. So, you know, but I really hope you make it live because it's interactive. You're getting way more value. You're getting one-on-one time with us at the workshops, and you're getting very, very valuable healing that we don't necessarily offer on the personal, you know, so it's better to get this while we're all together working and get that powerful collective healing.
Someone, I just want to add, someone just asked what the effects are going to feel after this clearing. So it really depends on everyone. You might feel like you want to eat more, sleep more, rest more. You might get triggered more easily. You might get more emotional. You might feel like you want to be alone and not around people, or you might not feel much at all. You might feel sleepy, tired, headache, pressure on your third eye. I mean, there's a really like a whole array of things. You'll be integrating, recalibrating, and anchoring these codes within your system. So just be mindful and aware. You know, if you want to take some time for yourself, that's also okay. Yeah, guys, we posted the link for those of you who are asking. Josie posted it, but maybe she can post it again in the comments here. But it's all in our bios as well. So if you go to our bios in our description, you will find access to the page where you can buy tickets. And we've all got posted schedule on our pages, and all the different healers that will be talking and speaking as well. So yeah, exactly as Josie said, really good value for money. Like, you're getting so much information and you're getting so many downloads, like, and it's just absolutely mind-blowing and incredible, this thing that we're offering. And exactly as Mina also said, men are welcome because we all have, you know, our masculine and feminine sides, and this is work that is so needed in the collective right now. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to add something else before we close off.
Oh, I think that summed it up for me. I'm excited for the event. I can't wait to see everybody, to just get in and be able to do this work. We're truly blessed to be able to get in and do this type of things together so that we can shift and then like integrate those pieces. Like, it pulls it all together full circle. When we're seeing things happening in Avalon, we're seeing things happening through the different realms, and we can pull that stuff together at this point and help in one weekend be able to give you the codes that are needed, to be able to give you some of the things to be able to have you stand in your power and be able to get to the highest timeline that you can access, right? So it is super excited.
Me too. It's good.
Amazing.
We're all 1 hour to just give our fullness, so it's going to be beautiful.
Be amazing. Don't forget to get your ticket, $111. It's going to be the 8th, 9th, and 10th of September from 6 p.m. GMT +2 timing, European timing. So 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, if you can't make it on the day, you will have access to the recording, or the links are in the bio. It's going to be 3 days packed, 10 sessions in total, 7 energy workers. So I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you, beautiful, lovely ladies, for joining me. Always a pleasure. Such a beautiful life. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you all at the Priestess Portal Empowerment event. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.